Welcome back for the Mobile Gaming Fanatics. I'm MyTyme, this is Top Dries, and I thought I would start off today's video by just showing you the challenge. That was the final round, yes, and that actually makes it Ceramic Pack 21 on my quest to try and get as many as I can in a week. I've set myself a little kind of target of 30, which I think is doable, and I'll explain why more in a moment. So yes, you saw nothing amazing out of that ceramic, but I did get 2 super rares. So now that actually puts me at 21 ceramic packs with 22 super rares. The epic BMW M2 that I have already showed you. I did get an ultra rare as well, and just to show you, nothing too special, but it is an ultra rare, the Maserati Quattroporte. Now the good thing about this car, it is a medium ground clearance. Okay, I've mentioned this before, there aren't a huge number of Italian cars which have the medium ground clearance tag, especially in ultra rare, etc. So potentially I will keep it, but it's not something I am desperate to build at the moment. And to be honest, I didn't mean to come out of that. I did get something a little bit better as well. Yes, I did get myself another epic. So we're actually at 22 super rares, 1 ultra rare, and 2 epics from those 21 ceramic packs, with the Cadillac STSV being the car pulled. Now I should probably keep this for wet weather. I know that. I'm pretty sure I've fused this one in the past because I had gone and built a CT6. I thought I don't really need to build this as well. I'm not going to rush to fuse it yet, but I'm also not going to rush to build it. Not sure what's going to happen, but still, I think I've had a reasonable return so far on 21 packs, but that number should increase, and I'm going to come on to why it should increase. Now, what I've been doing, I can't show you now, but I have been farming the weekly challenge. Okay, you can see there's 5 hours left. I only did the pack here because I wanted to add it into the video, but up until this I've been farming the last node, 2-starring it completely. What I would do is I would farm this up until the last maybe hour or 2 hours, just make sure I don't forget about getting the ceramic pack, and just keep grinding off those few rewards. Now by grinding off those few rewards, it doesn't make a big difference, admittedly, but you're just wasting those tickets otherwise. They're just going to sit there if you don't use them. So try to use them and just get a little bit more value for your weekly challenge. With that, I've then gone on and I've been focusing, not so much today to be honest, but I have been focusing more on club events and the rest of the events that have been up and running, which is why I'm up at 21 ceramics so far. Now for me, that's a lot. It would normally take me a couple of weeks to get that because I don't play the game enough, and I've still got the rest of today, Saturday and Sunday. But just to show you these events here, I now have this red master under midnight, which means essentially if I come to an event that may be still going, I just want to play. I think it's going to be my second race in this event. Pretty sure I did 1 race. This will be a second. If I was coming in just to snipe an event, and I'm not really too worried about the outcome, let's just do this, and I'm just want to get in and get my rewards. The more you play clubs and the more you get involved in the events, you increase in a rank within your own club, and as a result, for example here at the end of this, you will see I have gone up to master. Now by going up in rank, it means you get more cash each time an event ends. Now unfortunately we're not going to be able to see the end of this event just yet, but when you start off the week, you're going to start in the bottom tier. Now because I've been playing, I've never gone into master before. I've now moved up in rank, and as a result I'm getting better rewards. I've been able to pick 7,200, 9,000 for some of the events that we win that I've participated in, and most of those have been like 7 or 8 kind of races. So it's a bit of a snowball effect. As you get more involved in club events as the week goes on, you're going to get better rewards from the events that you win and the events that you lose, which are going to allow you to open more and more packs, which is why I think I'm going to be around the 30 pack mark, potentially more. So on top of that, I've also been more involved in the events. Now to give you an idea of how I would approach these events and how I have been approaching them, daily event is a pure farm. Okay, so you start off, drop yourself down to the bottom, then we start to work our way up. I was using 5 saloon cars, which are all super rare, with the idea being that anyone who put out a half decent team could easily beat me, but anyone who was trying to reduce their team and drop down the ranks were going to put out usually commons and uncommons, so I would be able to beat them. So I'd be able to beat the bad teams and still get 3 stars, but not move up the rankings too much, because my team was going to be easily beatable by anybody with any kind of hand. So I was trying to keep myself artificially low in the rankings, and then now we come into the last few hours, I start to put in my team, which is going to move me up. So for example here, 3 super rares maxed out would easily beat this guy, so I could play my match and beat him, but I would leave myself like this team here, literally almost an identical team to Nelson. But then as I came across, say for example, this guy here, he would easily beat my team, so it would keep me down in the ranks with these guys, but I wouldn't get too high, as in these people would I'd be facing only these people when I went into matches. Now the fact that I am into the last 5 hours almost, I want to move up the ranks. Why? Well, let me show you in just a moment. I'll just throw out these cars. I want to now move up the ranks because I'm going to see if I can get some better prizes. The fact that there's still going to be enough people here that I can beat and 3-star, as we have just seen, and even when I run my best team, I will hopefully still be able to beat most of the people in the mid ranks by 2 stars, or at least get the victory at the very worst. Now what I want to do is I want to start putting myself in a position to try and sneak in, or snipe as I like to say, one of the top 30 ranks in this aluminium pack, mainly because if I sit back in the bottom tiers, I'm getting an extra 4,000 cash from this. I get the 20 cold, but I get the aluminium pack, and the chance of getting an ultra rare in an aluminium pack may be extremely low, but it is still a chance. And also a super rare, plus there's going to be better cars overall for me to sell and then go and buy another ceramic pack with. So now I want to try and snipe into that top 30 if possible. Obviously it's not always going to be possible because you can be too far behind, but here being about 110 points or so behind, it's doable if you have enough tickets. I might have left it a bit too late, but 10 tickets, and so you can get yourself that 170 odd points or so that you need. That is the plan here with a daily event. Then with an event like the 70s Rallycross Ramble, where we're just getting ceramic packs, what you should do potentially, it's not what I've done, but what you should do, if you know you can't make the top 10, you should just farm the event just like you would do the daily event. Drop yourself down, put in a really bad team, then put in a better team, and just try and go for basically 3-starring every time you play, potentially 2-starring, and waiting towards the end of the event and then putting in your better team to try and make yourself potentially sneak into that top 30. For me, I thought, let's see if I can get in the top 10. Now yes, I'm around there, but I know that my team is it's not really good enough to maintain a top 10. So essentially now what I'm doing is I'm losing a little bit of value, because is this how I want to do this? Let me think. I don't think so, but never mind. Yeah, I'm losing a little bit of value here because I'm going to be playing lots of people, and if I win, I'm going to be getting 1 star, maybe 2 stars, or I'm potentially going to lose. So I'm not getting the most out of my prize boards as I possibly could, given the fact that, I've still got 3 tickets left. If I was further down the rankings, then yes, I could probably quite easily 2 or 3-star most of the matches I was playing, and I'd be able to get more prizes off the prize board. But if you do think you've got a chance of being around the top 10, then I would say that farming an event is probably not as useful as actually cementing that top 10 place, because even if you're only getting 1 or 2 prizes each time you win and you're in here, if you're guaranteeing yourself a ceramic as well as the other goodies that come with it, then it probably, well, in my opinion, it is worth it over farming the event. But obviously if you're not guaranteed a top 10, if you can't be guaranteed, and that's the position I'm in, then you're probably going to be just as well off farming the event and then pushing yourself to make sure you get this rank 30. You know, maybe you might sneak into top 10 if you're extremely lucky, but for me here, I've gone for it because I thought there was a chance, and there still is a chance, but that's how I would approach such an event. Then if we've got an event like the road trip, the Cerberus Speed 12 qualifiers, so the next Tri Series up and running, if it's an event that I do not feel I can get into the top 10 or the top 50 in this case, because top 50 is still half decent as well, then I would farm it, and that's what I have been doing. Okay, I have gone in, and the team that I was running, I will show you all. It was 2006's uncommons. Here is my team. Pretty sure it was basically this, and this is what I did. So I've done this for a while. I threw my team, let myself take a couple of defeats to come down near the bottom, and then I put out my best team. Okay, now the only reason why I put out my best team was because I couldn't be, I didn't want to have to sit it too long and trying to find a compromise of cars which would potentially be good enough to beat the weak players, but still be weak enough that most other people could beat it, which would obviously be using probably a mixture of ultra rares and super rares. But what I would do this, then I will come and find somebody that I could beat. Now this isn't the best person to come against, because although I can get the victory, I don't get as many prizes. I try and find someone who I thought I could at least 2-star. So we'll come in here, and now I would throw out my car. So knowing that I'm going to win on the 2 drags, knowing that the twisty road is a trickier one, for me the best thing to do, in my opinion here, would be to do something like this and just say, hey, happy enough to take a 2-star, not too worried about the 3-star, it's okay. So take the 2 stars, move up the rank slightly, and then go to the next race. Now obviously I don't want to remain too far down right at the very end, because there are better rewards there. As you can see, even an aluminium pack guaranteed in the top 150, but just getting involved in the event, 15,000 cash there. Here, this aluminium pack, this cash, ideally looking for rank 50, because that's almost another ceramic pack, plus obviously a premium pack there, which is good. Another I'm not going to include the premium pack in my ceramic challenge, but the cash would obviously be close to it, plus with the cars that I sell from that pack would get me that guaranteed extra ceramic pack. Yeah, and then this is how I'm going to be doing this event. So now again, I will come in using my better team. I will try and find someone that I can beat, try and take my few prizes, and then so let's go and just show you all for the sake of it. So we would do the match, come out with a victory. Then with the last ticket, I would put out my weak team again. Now I was hoping to be fair, I was actually hoping to have got 2 prizes there. I don't know why I just assumed I was. I didn't really pay too much attention. Anyway, so then with my last ticket, I will come in, and again I would put out my weak team. Now, some people might think this is a waste of a ticket. You're already lowish down in the ranks, so surely you're going to be coming up against weak people anyway, potentially. But now what happens is, for every track set, where it's the Twisty Road, Monaco G-Force, Waterfront Drag 1 mile, and the Monaco Hairpin, my weak team that I have now is going to essentially be the team that they will see. Okay, in the other 3 track sets, they will potentially see my better team if I've been using it. However, I'm guaranteed that in this track set, these 5 cars will come up, so they're going to be extremely easy for people to beat, to keep me lower down the rankings. Now I also have the chance that when I come back and use my other tickets with my top teams, if that track set doesn't come up in my 3 or 4 tickets, if I'm lucky and it doesn't come up, then that team will still be there for other people to face when it comes to my defense team, should we say. And obviously if you're extremely lucky, I might only get the same two track sets I keep playing, and then on my last ticket when I put out my feeder team, I get the other tracks that I haven't got, and I'm able to leave 2 weak teams out for other people to come against. But that's going to be, that's going to be ahead of ourselves. That's what I'm going to do for this event, and that's what I'm going to be doing for the next 2 days. Now I've got plenty of time to get this week over and get all my ceramics before the finals. Now let's have a look at the finals. We'll be getting the Cerberus Speed 12 car TVR. Okay, it has been out before. We'll come to that in just a moment. The prizes, not surprisingly, considering the American Frontier patch is still pretty new, it's going to be American Frontier themed again, and it is Dodge themed. Now they've given people a good first prize. In fact, it's not a bad second prize either. Epic, ultra rare, Dodge specific American Frontier carbon fiber packs. They want people to attack these events, and they want you to use 2006 cars to do so. Now let's come and talk about the finals very quickly. The car that you will look to win is a TVR. Okay, and if we come and just show you that car, just in case somebody out there hasn't bothered to have a look at it and doesn't know which one it is this car here. Now it has been given out before, and for a lot of people, they see this car and they think it's a really good car. Now it does look like a very good car on paper, and in comparison to the other TVRs, it obviously is a very good TVR, but it has been nerfed in the past, and as a result, and it is kind of reflected for anyone with an eagle eye, 86 RQ, you generally know when it comes to legendaries, if it's going to be down here, there's a reason why it's not up in the mid or early 90s if it's a real true powerhouse kind of car, and that's because it just doesn't perform well against the beast cars out there. Yes, it does well for TVR. Yes, it looks awesome and it is a good car, but that's about the best you can say for it. It's not going to really make its way into anyone's rear-wheel drive garage when you can pick any of your rear-wheel drive cars in your that you have available. The majority of people are not going to move to that unless they have no other options. A lot of people will find that they have 5 rear-wheel drive cars which are should we say more useful, better. And if you come to me, for example, the Revolution would take it, the McLaren would take it, both McLarens would take it, the Pagani would take it, and so would the short tail. They would all just probably be picked ahead of that TVR as it currently stands. So still, if you can get it, great. Dodges though, Dodge cars, should I go and buy packs to try and get Dodge cars? No. Simple answer. Sorry people, I'm not going to be doing pack opening for Dodge cars. Now, there is a very good chance they are going to make us use, and I'm going to say again, make us use only American Frontier Dodges. But there is also a chance that they may say 5 Dodges required, 3 American Frontier, for example. In which case, I have some other Dodges which I can include. Now, the SRT Demon won't be there, but I do have the SRT Viper, as well as some maxed out Chargers and Challengers. Now, if we look past that and we actually look at Dodge only cars which do have the American Frontier tag, I do have the Viper SRT 10 maxed out, which is one of the prizes currently for the Tier 1. The M4S is still just one upgrade away from being maxed out, so I can do that. I have started to work on the Challenger RT Scat Pack. I will have both of these Challenger SRTs finished, and these are, fairly useful. And if we do need something else, then okay, I've got the SRT8 there and some other lower RQ Dodges. Am I particularly going to work on those at the moment? No. I'm going to wait and see for the final requirements first. But for me, I don't think I have a good enough team to be able to get the TVR. Plus, I don't think I want to invest my resources to get the TVR. I don't think that the TVR is going to be worth it if I have to blow through a load of cash and gold and everything in order to get it. Personally here, I will probably take the team I currently have and just see how I do. Maybe if I've got the gold in, I might buy one pack and just try my luck. I am not going to be investing my own hard-earned cash in this event. That's me personally. Now they have tried to an extent, address the issue. Needing 2006 carbon fibers here, they have given us the option to buy 3 premium 2006 packs. So you can buy these in order to try and get some of the cars needed for that qualifiers, and the kind of cars that you can get. Oops, let me come and show you all the kind of cars that you can get. Is it worth buying those packs? Well, personally, I think if you want to do a bit better in this event, then yes, because you don't technically have to use gold to get the packs. You can just play the game and use your cash to get them. So legendary wise, there's nothing amazing in my opinion. Okay, I don't want someone to come here and tell me, oh no, the Porsche 911 turbos good, the gun purple. Yeah, okay, the legendaries I am pretty aware are good. They're good to have, but none of these are like groundbreaking. Now getting a Koenigsegg is going to be extremely useful, so probably the most desirable, especially for me, for my garage, would be going for this egg. But at least there are 6 potential legendaries that you can get. As we move down, I do have the Chevrolet Corvette already, which I haven't built up, but it's certainly one worth building, along with the Z06 Zingenfelter. This is another one worth doing. Now the Porsche 911 GT3 I haven't worked on yet, another great car. The RS4 Avant, seen it been so many nerfs. Having a medium ground clearance Audi, I wouldn't say I'll be looking for it. I'm not actually looking for the Viper SRT10 either. However, it's probably going to be used in the final, so not a bad one to snipe if you get it. BMW M6 fine. The Porsche again, need to work on the roofs. So there's some half decent cars in here in the epic rarity should you get one. The Audi S3 again, only because of the medium ground clearance. Not one I'll be looking for, but if you're looking for some medium ground clearance cars, there are a couple. And then we go to the ultra rares, and again M6, great car to have still. The new Dodge could be useful in the finals. Pontiacs, I actually use it quite a lot because it's medium ground clearance, it's not too bad. The Z4M Coupe, really good car, really worth having. Not seen the Chrysler before, can't say too much. I've got one of the AMGs, it's pretty decent. I don't really use the Aurora. Yeah, and a Chevrolet Cobalt, it's got medium ground clearance, could find a use for it. So not too much. You're only going to be guaranteed some of these cars. Get the Dodge Charger, you'd probably be happy because you could use it in the finals. And yeah, I don't think any of the other, I mean the Mazda RX-8, I haven't built my one, but for 84 handing for 40 RQs, it's definitely one to keep. I do need to build mine. And the Chevrolet Silverado SS, standard tyres, it's got the high ground clearance, kind of a niche car. Not many of it do what it does. Definitely one worth keeping as well. And I actually quite like my Pontiac Grand Prix, again medium ground clearance, 86, I think it's 86 4.6, and pretty good for 47 RQ. So they're the kind of cars I would suggest you would be looking to get or hoping to get. I wasn't going to open them, but I think just to end this off, I will open these 3 just to see. I will still be able to sell the other cars and go for a ceramic pack. Yes, it's going to leave me with basically no cash. I'm not going to include these in my weekly, should we say, calculation. These are just going to be packs because they're here to be used for cash, and we might get lucky. Okay, Honda Civic Type R, one that I missed. You can keep it. It's medium ground clearance. If you've got one, I'd say that's definitely enough. It can be useful in clubs, so not the worst super rare you're going to get from these packs potentially. Okay, Cadillac DTS, I got one of those, don't need a second, and Mitsubishi Outlander. And finally, this is what you should expect to get from these packs, okay? Nothing great, but if you're going to be opening ceramic packs anyway, you never know. You never know. At least you have seen the selection of cards that you're going to get should you get an ultra rare, an epic, or a legendary. And that can be sometimes quite useful because you at least, you at least know if you get lucky, you've got a chance of getting one of those cards, especially if you want one of those. So that is where we are at. Now I will be working on a couple of those dodges once I finish this weekend. I will have enough cash to go and do another ceramic in a moment. I'm going to keep on farming, keep on focusing on trying to reach that 30 ceramic pack mark, which is going to be probably about the limit as what I'll get to, but still with a decent haul. And see if I can get maybe 2 more ultra rares and an epic. That's what I'd like in these next 9 packs. Quite a lot to hope for, I know, but let's hope we can be lucky. And anyway, I'm going to go. Sorry this video has been a bit longer than usual, but I just wanted to bring you a bit more of an in-depth look into the game for me over the last few days. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on the Cerberus speed qualifiers. We'll try and sneak my way up the rankings at the end, but more looking forward to the finals and see if I can maybe get lucky in one of these packs in the meantime to get me a card to give me a chance for that TBR. But I will not be going hard on it. I say that now. I promise you I won't. Okay, thank you for watching. I've been MyTyme. As ever, look after yourself, take care, and I'll see you all soon.